guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today's video I think is something a lot of people are going to be super excited about. It's been a long time coming, 6 years actually. I've learned it's been 6 years in the making. So it is all about the Star Wars hotel on Disney World property. Now, as I have mentioned before, as you've been following along, I'm not a Star Wars person. I don't know how to pronounce things. I'm a complete Harry Potter freak, but when it comes to Star Wars, I can't do it. It's like super polarizing, I think. And I am like on one end of the spectrum for Star Wars and the complete other end of the spectrum for Harry Potter. So if they have a Harry Potter hotel, like I will be all about that video and I will definitely pronounce everything correctly. But I have a ton of notes, so if you see me looking down, that's why. And let's get started. Now, Disney, like I said, they've been working on this Star Wars hotel, which is going to be adjacent to Hollywood Studios and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They've been working on it for 6 years. Now, by the time Disney announces something, like it's already been in the making for a while, but then it still takes forever. I don't understand why it takes so long, but it's been very highly anticipated. And I'm not sure how COVID impacted it, but undoubtedly it has been delayed. So we finally have an opening date, and that is March 1st, 2022. Now, you are already able to start booking voyages, as they call them, if you're in a certain category, and I will go into that in a minute, but for general booking, which is for most people, that will begin October 28th of 2021. Now, what is this hotel? So it is marketed as an all-immersive 2-night journey, and you will be traveling the galaxy in a finely appointed starship known as the Halcyon Starcruiser. I had to listen to one of the Disney videos about how to pronounce that because I had no idea, but that one I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing correctly because I listened to the people who made, who have been working on this hotel. I listened to them. So this is going to be a sleek ship that is known for its impeccable service, fabulous entertainment, and exquisite dining. Those are Disney's words. And I did want to point out that just in case you are going with a larger group, they do not have connecting cabins. And since this is a ship, they tend to use, I don't know, ship lingo, I guess. So they have cabins, it's 100 cabins. They have a standard cabin. So when you book, you will list your cabin preference. And I have not been given prices yet, but I'm sure the price varies based on which cabin you have. So there are standard cabins, Galaxy class suites, and Grand Captain suites. So those are the 3 cabin types. And like I said, there's not an option to have connecting cabins. Now, at the time of booking, you can also list where your pre and post voyage resort will be. Because this is only a 2-night experience, most people are probably going to be staying on Disney property at a different hotel for some period of time, because I think most people aren't going to just go to Disney World for like a day and a half, unless maybe you're local. Most people will want to stay somewhere else as well. So you list your pre and post voyage resort. Now, when you arrive, you can decide how you want to travel. And it says travelers can support the First Order, live like a Jedi in training, or as a member of High Galactic Society. They were also very clear that the amount in which you participate is up to you. And they said, if you want to just kind of sit back and watch everything, that's totally fine. And I think that's something Disney has been really good about in the past. And that's something my husband and I have always appreciated. I have always appreciated because I'm very I don't know, introverted in that type of a situation, I guess. So at Whispering Canyon in Disney's Wilderness Lodge Resort, they have, it's very loud, which is ironically, it's called Whispering Canyon, and you have this little thing on your table that you can flip if you want to participate and you want to have people kind of bring you in their games, or you can just say nope, just watching. So they're very good about that. So they have made it very clear that the level of immersion you will experience is up to you. They did also say that while they do have some guidelines, a difference in this hotel will be you will be allowed to wear costumes if you so choose. They didn't specify what the guidelines were, just based on my experience being at Disney World for a regular day, or a day when they have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or a Disney race. Those are the only times they allow people to dress up in costumes, I think over the age of 14, because they don't want to have essentially 200 Snow Whites walking around, there's only one Snow White. So they don't want other adults dressed as that person. But they said that at this hotel, full costumes will be allowed. And if you want to like paint your face blue to be one of the aliens, that's allowed. Now, I'm assuming one of the guidelines is you cannot obstruct your face completely. That has been a pretty universal guideline the entire time. So I'm assuming that that is going to continue at this hotel as well. And actually, I don't know if I even mentioned the name of the hotel. So the name of the hotel is going to be Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. It's kind of a mouthful. I'm curious to see how people are going to abbreviate that. If they're going to call it just the Star Wars Hotel or Galactic Starcruiser, I'm not sure. Okay, so food. This is a really big part of any trip, I think, is the food. What is the food going to be like? I took some screenshots in some of the videos I was watching from Disney about this. I want to call it a hotel, but that's not really the right term, but about this experience. And they said the food is going to be amazing. All the Disney cast members that were part of this video, they said it was absolutely phenomenal and they were totally blown away by the chefs. So the dining room you'll eat in is called the Crown of Corellia Dining Room. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And it says, which is the Starcruiser's enticing supper club. Your dinner preference is going to work just like on a Disney cruise line. So if you've sailed with Disney before, you have to select what your seating preference is. So they have first and second seating, and they didn't specify the times, but you'll specify your preference at the time of booking. And based on how it works for cruises, I'm guessing the first dining is probably around 5:30 for people with younger kids, and then the second dining is probably between 8 and 9, I would guess, so that it has enough time for everybody to, clear up. So one of the questions they addressed in this video that I watched, this training video, is, so how do you actually get there? So once you get on Disney property, you go to the Starcruiser terminal, because it's kind of like a spaceship airport, I guess. So you go to the terminal where you're going to join a launch pod, and then from there your story begins. You can see the launch pod going up to outer space, and they were saying that guests on board that are already on board will actually help the guests that are coming to arrive and to like sneak their luggage in. And I'm a little confused as to why there's do aliens not wear clothes? Do they not need to? I don't know. I'm not sure.
So is that like a task you're assigned when you're there? Is you have to help people check
right.
in?
So my husband and I have been joking this entire time. So Disney has marketed this hotel from the beginning as like you are going to help do the work of the
staff
on this spaceship. And so we were kind of joking because this was very high level in the very beginning. We had no idea what this meant. And so we were joking like, so like you're mopping the floors, or what does this mean? Like we have to do chores. So it's kind of become this joke for us that you're paying to go to 2 nights to the Star Wars hotel where you have to work like a cast member and then you leave. But that's not really how this is. You can, like I said, you can be as immersive as you want. You can learn how to fly the ship. They have lightsaber training, and I want to get this right. They said you can even face off with a lightsaber, similar to how Luke Skywalker once trained and learned the lightsaber's ancient ways. So the artist renderings of this and then the commercial, it did look really, really cool. So I think that's certainly going to be one of the most popular things for people to do. Like I said, dinner night 1 is going to be seated. They didn't specify what night 2 dinner is going to be. I'm not sure. But they have an example itinerary, which I will go through as well. But as part of this, they're also having you visit Galaxy's Edge. So what you're doing on the spaceship, on the Starcruiser, and what happens in Galaxy's Edge, they go together. So when you go to Black Spire Outpost and go to Batuu, you are going to go on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance. And what you do on those 2 attractions are going to affect what happens back on the Starcruiser. They haven't given more information than that. I'm not sure more in depth as far as what that means, but that is what Disney said, so that it's completely immersive over those 2 days. Like I mentioned, the general booking for the majority of people will be October 28th, 2021. Some groups have been allowed to like pre-book, I guess. So if you're a Club 33 member or a Golden Oak resident, you were able to book on October 5th and 6th, and Disney Vacation Club members, DVC, and annual pass holders have been able to book October 7th to the 9th for voyages of March 1st to May 4th of 2022. Now, if you are one of those members, you should have received an email from Disney saying like, hey, you can now sign up. I'm not positive if everybody, I'm assuming based on what I've read, everybody's gonna come and go on the same days for the same like you're not gonna, if you arrive on May 1st, you're all going to arrive on May 1st and then you're all going to depart on May 3rd. That's my understanding. Okay, some other things that you can book at the time of booking, I guess, is Memory Maker and the Travel Protection Plan, and both of those things are available to any Disney guest staying on Disney property. I actually don't recommend my guests book them initially because Memory Maker is non-refundable and you can book it until 4 days prior to arrival for $169. After that, the price goes up to $199. The Travel Protection Plan is only refundable for 14 days from the date of purchase, and it has to be purchased by the time of final payment. So I don't think that's going to be different for the Starcruiser. I'm not sure, but they have not given me anything to indicate that that will be different. So because of that, I wait for guests and tell my guests to purchase those things later because they can always add them on, and if you have to cancel, then you're not out the money. They also said you can, at the time of booking, you can also book the captain's table, which you will list, and then you will list your preferred night 1 or night 2. Now, something you can book 60 days prior to arrival would be Oga's Cantina, the Droid Depot, and Savi's Workshop. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Savi? I'm not sure. But I have, like I said, I took a bunch of screenshots from the Disney like training videos and things that I've watched. So we'll definitely pop those in for you guys. But I did also, before I go, want to mention the sample itinerary. What is included? Your Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser vacation package includes a 2-night stay in a cabin or suite, ongoing immersive and interactive entertainment where your choices determine your experience, food and beverage on the Starcruiser, excluding alcoholic and specialty beverages, and a quick serve meal for Docking Bay 7 food and cargo or other select locations at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So you will get a quick service meal, like a voucher of sorts, and it'll probably be like on a Magic Band, I'm guessing, or in your app for when you are at Hollywood Studios. That also includes admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios for your planetary excursion to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It includes valet parking. That's interesting because Disney has been charging for parking, but apparently it's included in the cost at this location. Exclusive Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser data band, known on your home planet as a Magic Band. Your home planet. I tell you. It's just so funny to me. The cabins, and this is really disappointing to me because I wanted to see what the cabins look like because I don't want to do chores, so like I'm going to stay in the cabin, right? But I think because most people that are doing this are going to want to participate to the fullest or experience as much as they can, they're not going to be in the cabins a whole lot. So I'm guessing that's why they weren't really focusing on the cabins too much. But what I've seen, they do look super cool, and I actually wouldn't mind staying in one bar any chores. It says relax in comfort and gaze out your cabin window as ships, planets, stars, and other breathtaking galactic sights float past on the majestic canvas of the cosmos. The Starcruiser features 100 well-appointed cabins and suites, each one radiating an atmosphere of elegance, style, comfort, and exclusivity. You'll be amazed by the attention to detail. Even if you fly from one side of the galaxy to the other, you'll never stay anywhere like the cabins or suites at Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. So like I mentioned, there is 3 types of cabins. The standard cabin, it says it sleeps 4 to 5 passengers. I love that they call them passengers because it's a starship. It says each standard cabin is fitted with furnishings and fixtures designed to ensure comfort while traveling throughout the galaxy, including a pull-out table and a TV with entertainment from your home planet, and a window with a view out into space. It really bothers me. I've read this a couple times that they say out into space as opposed to like into outer space or something. It's like they reversed it. So like I said, sleeps 4 to 5 passengers. It has a queen bed, 2 berths, which are bunk beds, one for 1 adult each, and a wall pull-down bed for 1 adult if sleeping 5. Now, the Galaxy class suite, this is interesting, sleeps 4 passengers. So it's a suite and it sleeps fewer people. The standard sleeps 4 to 5. So this is a 1-bedroom Galaxy class suite featuring a living space complete with an integrated seating area and have all the comforts of standard cabins plus a double vanity bathroom, bar area, 2 windows with views out into space, and a few extra Star Wars surprises. So when Disney has 1-bedroom suites, basically the bedroom, like it'll have a separate door, it'll close it off. So this is really nice for people if they have small children or me, that want to take a nap and you want to be able to close it off and not everybody has to sit in a dark hotel room. You can lock them in the one room and everybody can still be awake in the living room area. Then the Grand Captain Suite sleeps 8 passengers. So it has 2 bedrooms and it offers ample room for the whole family and features a posh living space complete with an integrated seating area. They have all the comforts of standard cabins plus a main suite and a double vanity bathroom, a second bathroom with a single vanity, a bar area, 3 windows with views out into space, and a few extra Star Wars surprises. It has 2 queen beds, 2 berths, bunk beds, one for 1 adult each, and 2 wall pull-down beds for 1 adult each. And it has the same list, fridge, hairdryer, all those things. Here, finally, we got to prices, finally. Okay, so Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser rates vary depending on your voyage departure date. Read, it's gonna be more expensive at Christmas. Basically, the way Disney prices work is that if the kids are not in school, the prices are higher. If the kids are in school, the prices are generally a little bit lower. So it's gonna vary depending on your departure voyage, the number of guests in each cabin, and your cabin type. So it says the prices start, so I'm assuming this means for the standard cabin, 2 guests per cabin. Let's see, $1,209 per guest per night, or $4,809 for the voyage total if you have 2 guests. So if you have 3 guests per cabin as 2 adults and 1 child, it's $889 per guest per night, or $5,299 for the voyage total. And if you have 4 guests per cabin, which is listed as 3 adults and 1 child, $749 per guest per night, or $5,999 for the voyage total. And in tiny print it says, for voyage departure dates most weeknights, August 20th, 2022 to September 17th, 2022. So that's not even a full month. That's interesting. And typically those are going to be the lower prices because kids in the South go back to school earlier in August. So the prices typically drop in the middle of August. So that's interesting. Okay, so they say 2 days and 2 nights. It's not full days. They have at this in this sample itinerary, they have you arriving at 1 p.m. on day 1 and leaving between 9:30 and 10 a.m. on day 3. So 1 p.m. arrive at terminal, launch pod to Starcruiser between 1:15 and 1:30. Only 15 minutes. Ship orientation 1:45 to 2:15. Light refreshments 3 to 3:30. Oh, how do you say this? SABACC lessons? Sabak, I don't know. 3:30 to 4. Muster 4 to 4:30. Captain's reception 4:30 to 5. Dinner featuring live music 5:30 to 7. So I was right, the first seating is 5:30. Outer Rim Regalia 7:15 to 7:30. Unexpected story moment.
How can you put an unexpected moment in an itinerary?
And it says, for example, you might prove your mettle to join an elite smuggling ring, hide a stowaway to help the resistance, 7:30 to 8. Bridge training from 8 to 8:45. It looks really cool, where you can learn how to fly the ship. Special atrium entertainment 8:30 to 8:45. That must be lights out at that point. Day 2, breakfast 7 to 8. Transport shuttle to Batuu. So 8:15 to 8:25, that would be when you are heading over to Galaxy's Edge. Rise of the Resistance, 8:45 to 9:30. Story moment, For example, you might broker a deal for a heist arranged to steal a ship from the First Order, 9:30 to 9:50. Whatever it is, you have to do it in 20 minutes. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, 10 to 10:30. Lunch at Docking Bay 7, Food and Cargo, 11:15 to 11:45. Transport Shuttle to Starcruiser, 12:40 to 12:50. Lightsaber Training, 1 to 1:30. Droid Racing Competition, 2:30 to 2:50. Build a Model Ship, 3 to 3:30. Sabak Tournament, what is that word? 4 to 5. Cocktails at Sublight Lounge, 5 to 5:30. Taste Around the Galaxy Dinner, 5:30 to 7. Story Moment. For example, you might put the heist plan into action, bring the stolen ship aboard, and watch out for the First Order, 7:30 to 8:45. Spectacular Finale, 10 to 11. And then on day 3, you have breakfast, 8:30 to 9:30. In Launch Pod, back to Terminal, 9:30 to 10. So that is an example of an itinerary, yes. And they did not even specify when you are mopping the floors or making beds or any other chores you might be doing. So that's the information I have right now. Thank you so much if you watched this entire video. I know it's really long. This is something that we've not had a lot of information about until now. And like I said, it's been in the making for 6 years. So I wanted to cover everything. I apologize if I have very terrible pronunciation, but like I said, if and when Universal makes a Harry Potter hotel, I will be sure to get the pronunciation correct. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, guys.